Vital, now in a brand new pack.
It's National Nutrition Week as well as Obesity Week, and we've been talking about the different food choices that we make that, of course, lead us to becoming overweight. Our vital expert, Andrea du Plessis, is here this morning to talk about vegetables and the carbohydrates and kilojoules that exist in them. Good morning, Andrea. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
Very, very well. I've so been enjoying the conversations that we've been having because a lot of us think healthy means that there's no carbohydrates or kilojoules in the foods that we eat.
That's right.
Are vegetables fattening is the question.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say vegetables are really healthy because they bring nutrients into our diet like vitamins and minerals. But there are different vegetables with different carbohydrate counts.
Yes.
And some people say be careful with potatoes and sweet potatoes and eat more salads, etc.
Yes.
So I've got a display here of vegetables in different groups depending on the carbohydrate contents.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we begin, these are usually the ones that I've been told to stay away from.
Yes.
Like you said, the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the corn.
And also the peas.
And also the peas. And mostly they say to us, stay with green leafy vegetables. What would you suggest? What's your take on it?
Well, those vegetables over there, the potato, sweet potato, corn and peas, are classified as the high starch vegetables.
Yes.
So if you're trying to lose weight, they're probably not the best vegetables to incorporate into your diet.
Okay.
However, they can be used in the place of other starches. So instead of eating something like white bread, it's probably better to eat corn or peas or sweet potato.
Yes.
Potato has a high glycemic index, so sometimes people are a bit wary of eating that. But those are the high starch vegetables. So they're packed with energy.
Yeah.
So somebody who's not wanting to lose weight and they're very active and they need energy, those are wonderful.
Yes. But of course, like you say, carbohydrates is also important in a diet as well. Like especially if you're very energetic, you're doing a lot of exercises, especially weight training. They say have a potato for lunch, no starches for supper, things like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's all about balancing your intake throughout the day.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say cut those out completely if you're losing weight, but just be aware that on your plate, if you already have a starch, like rice or pasta, it doesn't make sense to add something like corn, peas, potato or sweet potato because that's a second starch.
Yeah, that's the family I come from.
Aardappels and peas.
That's the family I come from. Potatoes and meat and rice and everything. Okay, but the question is, which vegetables are more beneficial for weight loss?
Well, if you look at these two groups, the low starch and the very low carbohydrate vegetables, they would be a lot more suitable for weight loss. So if you look at the actual counts, the high starch vegetables contain between 16 and 22 grams of carbohydrates per 100 grams. Yeah. These contain between about 3 and 9. So it's a lot lower already than those. Yeah. And what they call the free vegetables are below 3 grams carbohydrates. Okay. So you'll see that these two groups are actually very close together. So on a weight loss diet, something like butternut is perceived to be a high starch food, and it's not. It's definitely in the intermediate or medium starch vegetables. Same goes for beetroot, carrots, gem squash, green beans and onions. Lovely. So those could definitely be enjoyed in moderation.
Definitely. Okay, now talking about moderation, how many portions of vegetables should we be having every day?
Well, if you look at these two groups, I would say, well, the guideline is that we should try and include 5 portions of fresh fruits and vegetables into our daily diet.
Okay.
If you're trying to lose weight, it makes sense to choose most of those portions from the free vegetables or the low carbohydrate vegetables. So they're not really free, but very low in carbohydrates. Yes. So if you look at summer coming, salads are the way to go, really, because you can really pack in on your plate lots of cucumber, tomato, baby marrows, mushrooms, and all the greens, like spinach, rocket, lettuce. So those you can have lots of. So I would easily make 5 portions throughout the day of those because that will be the lowest calorie content or lowest carbohydrate content. Okay. But you can still include the ones here in the middle, such as the butternut, the gem squash, carrots, etc.
Yeah. And then those for a really special occasion.
Yes, of course. I mean, they're still healthy.
Yeah.
So if you compare these foods with starchy foods, even the high starch vegetables compare really well and a lot better in terms of the nutritional contribution they make.
Wonderful.
But if you're trying to lose weight, stick to the lower ones.
There we go. Well, the expert, like she says, stick to the lower ones. Those are the free vegetables over there. Some really, really great tips that you've given us, Andrea. Where can anyone get in touch with you if they have questions about what we've just talked about?
Well, on my Facebook page, so it's Andrea du Plessis, Vital Expert. And they can post their questions and I can certainly try and help them out.
Well, there you have it. Vegetables are definitely very good for you. So start 5 portions a day. Starts now.
Vital, now in a brand new pack.